This is CBS 2 News this morning.
It's 6:14. This morning, the world is remembering former President George H.W. Bush.
Our national correspondent Christine Frizzell is live in our Capitol Hill Bureau this morning with more on what we can expect in the coming days. Christine.
Denny and Brian, we expect to learn a lot more today about just who will be traveling to Washington to pay tributes to the 41st president. You know, already over the weekend, we saw Michelle Obama announce that she was going to be canceling some of her book tour events to attend services with her husband, former President Barack Obama. You know, a state funeral is a major event, and we expect some of the biggest political figures to attend.
He was a giant in the world of politics, a resume unmatched by any other. War hero, congressman, ambassador, CIA director, vice president, and the 41st president of the United States.
He was a receptive person. You could go in and tell him anything, good news, bad news. You just wanted to chat. He was always available to you. And his humility demonstrated itself in so many different ways.
This week, his life and legacy will be celebrated. First, lying in state at the U.S. Capitol.
We'll be sending Air Force One, which is a special tribute that he deserves very much.
He will arrive this afternoon, where members of Congress will pay their respects. From 7:30 p.m. Monday until Wednesday morning, the public will be able to do the same, and long lines are expected at the U.S. Capitol. On Wednesday at 11 a.m., a memorial service will be held at the National Cathedral in Washington, after which he'll be taken home to his native Texas, where a funeral will be held for him at St. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston. And finally, he'll be laid to rest at the George H.W. Bush Library, next to his wife Barbara, who died earlier this year. The last state funeral occurred 11 years ago with the death of the 38th President Gerald Ford. At 94 years old, President Bush is the longest living U.S. president in history.
A little background now about some of these events that we're going to see this week. They are the culmination of not months, but years of planning, with some of the traditions and protocols dating back to 1969 as far as the details that go into this. Well, now, we already anticipated a very busy week in Washington, but now there will be a chance to pause and remember former President Bush. Live on Capitol Hill, I'm Christine Frizzell. Denny and Brian, back to you guys.